Hello, this video is going to be about simple AI within Unreal Engine. We're in 5.6, but this would work for any, probably back to version 4 or something or other as well. It's fairly simple in terms of the number of elements you need to add or change. So the key elements are a NavMeshBounds Volume, which is a thing specifically to delineate the area of observation or attention, sensitivity of the AI character and its kind of roaming extents. The AI character itself, which is a duplicate of the player character, the third-person player character, so it's still got its camera in. I've just kind of done nothing to it really. It'll have a bit of blueprinting added. Then there'll be some settings for the character overall, the blueprint overall, a few minor things kind of near the bottom of the list. Okay, so it works like this. At the moment, I'm just at the edge of the NavMeshBounds Volume. So if I go around the side here, this particular ramp isn't on the list. If I go here, there we go, it's got me. Okay, so that behaviour is resultant from a very simple bit of blueprinting. Okay, so let's dive in on this character. So I go to, there it is in the level, and I'll whistle over to here and I do edit it. Now I've done a little change, just a visual thing. I've tinted the material set up for it, so it's what's called a material instance, which means it's a very simple, quick, and Epic Games set it up to have an editable tint setting, which means you can make multiple versions of these, or different, all playing for different teams. Okay, so let me get back to my empty level, and we'll start from scratch. Okay, so this particular character here is my Blueprint AI 2025, and there's the evidence of my tinting. And if you go down here on the skeletal mesh settings, and you can just double click one of these, and they've both got a tintable element to them. So you just kind of duplicate that material, because obviously you don't want to spoil the default thing, otherwise you'll end up with the same coloured pair of characters, which won't work very well. By all means, put a hat on or something else. Okay, so let's have a look at the event graph. So this is the standard stuff that you get in your third-person character code, and we're going to just put the new code directly above. So okay, so we start with an event begin play. Now this is just an element that you can do as your own custom handler, so any kind of other game event could start this behaviour. I'm going from event begin play just to keep it fairly simple. So good habit to get into whenever you need to refer to the third person character from any other blueprint, is to get a character reference and may have that as a accessible variable that you can drag and drop anywhere in your script. So we're going to go cast to BP third, and that's the one we want. We need an object for it, so it's get player character, and I know it's 2 arrows up there, get player character, and then we'll go straight for the AI MoveTo. AI MoveTo, and it's that one, and it kind of comes with a special icon, which I presume means this is AI, it's plugging into something. So the fact that it's AI MoveTo, it plugs into the AI controller that's set up by default to sort of take over if there's not if the character is not set to be played by a human. Okay, so next thing would be right. So we need to define a destination for it. So when the game starts, we create this. I've missed something out. Let's move that over here. I was going to and do what I'm about to do, which is we're going to go out of here and do promote to variable, and that's going to crop up there in between. So kind of get this done out the way. And this set as BP third person character is an awful name. Let's change that up here. So you Control A to select all of that field and type in child ref or player ref or whatever, just something kind of memorable. But every blueprint you use that needs to cast to the BP third person character can have its own identically named jar ref. They don't relate to one another at all. They belong exclusively to the blueprint they were set in. Okay, so this char ref means we can use it here and now, and we can come out of here and do get player location. Actor location, actually. And then we have a result to plug into there. An alternative way is to use the character reference we've already built in. Just need to compile, and then we could drag out our character reference and drop that on there instead. Okay, so it makes the blueprint slightly easier to read, but it also means if we want to do further things, like we want to change some properties of the BP third person character, because we're a violent, angry enemy, so we're going to reduce the player's health level or whatever. It means we've got a ready way of contacting the player and changing those values in the player. Okay, now the great thing about this is that it kind of works fine, but the problem is at the moment it's just going to do that one time based on event begin play. So what we want to do actually is put a delay in here, and we'll have that as 1 second. Seems to work about right, but maybe that's just me, not very good at the gameplay bit. So we'll fix that there, and at the end of this 1 second it'll go round and go back into the AI MoveTo, so it'll just endlessly cycle with a 1 second gap, which is kind of what we want. So I'm going to add the reroute, add reroute, this is the long way of doing it. The simple way of doing it, just move this up here, is to drag out, and when you want to add a reroute node, just double click, allegedly. Oh, it's not working for me. And then you have the devil of a job getting it to select and do anything else. So what I'm going to do is come up to here and do another reroute node. I was trying to copy it, but wasn't having any of it. If you've got a ready wire, you can always just double click that. That does work, honestly. So add a reroute node, and then I'll just join these two together, ideally. Oh, done. So out of this one, and we're connecting it up there, and There we go. And that one can disappear, and then just double click, and then we can just move it, and that's sort of neater. Okay, so you can just put the delay up and do like a figure of 8 wiring. Doesn't really matter. So that should be ready to go. Oh, I need to put a reference to self in here. Okay, which sort of tells you that you could put a different target, and so you can be directing, you can be having a leader be directing some other pawns into position or to do whatever. Okay, so that should be ready to go. As regards what happens after this, it's kind of for you to work out. You're probably better if you want to do something that relates to when the AI gets in contact with the player, then you probably want to trap that with a hit because of the collision settings for characters. So it can't be on overlap because they won't overlap. Down here are the last settings to sort out, and it's really a matter of just checking that they are okay. So auto possess player disabled. That means that if there's an organised human player ready to play, that their controls won't take over this character if it got spawned. So it'd have to be spawned in relationship to a particular player's controller. Auto possess AI, that should be placed in world or spawned. That gets everything. And then the AI control class is this one, and this is the thing that's linked up to the behaviour that this node generates. Okay, so that's it all together. These two bits here, you don't strictly need, but yeah, it's great because then you've got the character reference for other things like making sure, oh no, what have I done here? So error, we're going probably the wrong direction, aren't we? Okay, so the simple way around that is to just come straight out of here, go back into there, isn't it? Okay, so I think you spotted that. Delete that, lift this up, and now you can see we've got the figure of 8 that I was talking about earlier, but it's probably a better idea to double click in a reroute node like that, place that up there, put that back down, and if you like that loopy bit there, why not? Okay, let's try that compile again. There we go, proper. Okay, so we did the setup for the pawn settings, we did the blueprint, we just got now drop in a NavMeshBounds volume. It might need a build, we'll have to see if it works. Okay, so minimize that, and time to build a NavMeshBounds volume. This is fairly simple to do. So we go to the place actors panel, volumes, and it's there. Drag it out, and you sort of want it in the middle of the world. Alright, in this level you can place yours where you like. The general rule is there's only one NavMeshBounds volume per AI. Multiple AIs can live in the same NavMeshBounds volume, but one AI can't wander around several volumes. And certainly in multiple NavMeshBounds volumes they shouldn't overlap. Okay, so I just need to do a bit of scaling, and essentially we need to kind of cover the floor and I'll have a look at the pathing, which you can preview, thankfully. So I'll just scale this up and then just do it in the 2 axes if I can. And from what I can see, it's better if it intersects the floor somewhat, so I'm going to make sure it kind of dives through the floor a little way, and maybe just to ensure that it works as hoped for or expected, and make sure it's high up as well. Okay, so now you can preview the pathing. So if I hit P on the keyboard, there we go. So that's where the character will be allowed to roam with the pathing logic that it sort of inherited. Okay, maybe you find that a bit, I don't know, disturbing to look at. Let's see if the thingy works. Oh, we've got to place the character in the world, haven't we? Okay, so I'm going to have our content browser back and drop it in, and now try a bit of play. Oh, there it goes, straight off, very keen. Right, there you go, that works fine. Okay, so things to note, things to make sure your NavMeshBounds volume is kind of piercing the floor. Probably resting on the floor is fine, but I like to overcook. Obviously, you don't want to go into levels below where there may be other AIs. So yeah, mindful of that. And if it doesn't work, you could try a build. So in the build menu here, there's build paths. Okay, and that should work. Okay, that's it really. So bit of blueprinting, NavMeshBounds Volume, and set the pawn properties of the character you're using for your AI character. Okay, that's the end. Bye. Thanks for watching.